another video for you. Let's get right into it. No car park. Come on, let's go. Okay, so Wizkid, Burna Boy, and Davido literally released a record on the same day. Like, in the history of Afrobeat, since the emergence of the big three, this shit has never ever happened before. Like, Burna Boy, Davido, Wizkid coming out to release an album or a record. It has never happened. Now, I said in the history of Afrobeat, not like there's ever been a big three before them, but I mean, the only thing close to a big three we've had before them was actually the big two, which is Two-Face and D'banj, and both of them never ever release records or projects on the same day. Now, definitely, when an artist as big as Wizkid is finna drop, people finna quick, like niggas finna like, oh more, I have to chill. Because actually, I was seeing Runtown scheduling the release of a single of his after a long time being away. Is coming out to release a single on the 22nd of November. And also, Gucci, in the song where she has Odumodu and Mastercraft, if I'm not wrong, scheduled the same date Wizkid was finna release as well. Now, I was already thinking like, bro, this shit is finna die a natural death, just like Don Jazzy said. Now, only for me to see that, okay, deadline did they actually postponed it. Runtown postponed his to, I think, December 6th. And then Gucci postponed hers to November 26th. Like, on some real shit. The thought that came to my head was what Don Jazzy actually said when he said if his artist was going to drop the same day, an artist as big as Ashake or, you know, Wizkid will be dropping. Like, he said, man, that shit it's just going to die. No cap.
The problem now is timetable, because it's not only you don't own the industry, you understand? So by the time, how many Fridays do we have in the year? There's no more Fridays. You can want to come out this Friday now, and Machala is coming out that day. You have to move your dates, because you don't want to just die a natural death. So you understand? Ashake is dropping. Just move your dates.
Okay, so now that we've gotten that out of the way, I basically specifically made this video to dwell on the release of Wizkid, like the album titled Morayo, to, you know, analyze it and to score on it. But I'm just going to drop my 2 cents on Nicki Minaj featuring Davido. Now, first off, I want to say big ups to Davido. Like, this is not Davido featuring Nicki. It's Nicki featuring Davido. Like, this is so big. I must say this. Since the release of Timeless, Davido's career actually took another trajectory. Like, whether you hate him, whether you love him or not, whatever, you cannot argue this. Nigga has gone ahead to perform at the BET, gone ahead to be nominated for Grammys, even though he didn't win. And this time he's nominated as well, so he still has a chance to get it, at least for the first time, you feel me? And now he's being featured by Nicki Minaj, like, on some real shit. It's great. I've listened to his verse and it was hard. Like, Davido did his thing, no cap. Now, moving on to Burna Boy's song. It's not actually Burna Boy's song. He was being featured as well by Eric Belligan, if I'm not wrong. And the name of the song is For the Evening. I've listened to Burna Boy's verse, so it was, you know, on some decent shit. Like, Burna Boy is not finna drop anything less than his standard, you feel me? So it was a great song. And now for the major segment of this video, like the major reason why I took my phone, took my tripod, took the ring light and say, boy, I'm finna react, is because of Wizkid's album. Now, I'm just gonna say this. Now, upon listening to this album, like, I literally took my time, listening to them songs over and over again before I made these reactions. Here are my verdicts on them album, you feel me? Now, number one, the artist Wizkid featured in this album did not really live up to expectations. You know the flair and the joy, the excitement you get when you see your favorite artist release an album and then you see some guest artists on tracks. You really want to get to, you know, hear and see what they did on the song. Like, the best songs in this album were not necessarily the one which he had featured artists on. Like, I'm just going to pick 4 of the best songs in this album. Number 1 was the one with Brent Faiyaz, Piece of My Heart, okay? Number 2 is Dance, Kese, like the ones he released. Number 3 is Trouble Mind, and number 4 is Bend. Like, these are my 4 best songs from this album. The rest songs, even the ones he featured artists to, did not really do their thing. And also, I wouldn't say surprisingly, Ashake as well did not really deliver. And that got me thinking, like, apart from the song Ashake did with Friday titled Blessings, which other song do you know that Ashake was featured and he really like, it was his presence there that made the song a hit? Like, I was thinking and I was finding it difficult to even get one. Although you can let me know in the comment section right down below. Now, moving on, the album, of course, the beats and shape, everything was nice in terms of the creation of the sound, okay? But now, particularly where I and other persons are seeming to be having issues with is the fact that this album is, should I say, will it be harsh if I say it's totally out of context? Like, number one, Wizkid named this album Morayo. Number two, he literally used his mom's picture as the cover of them songs. Now, not one of the songs was talking about the mom. Not one was even in tribute to the mom. That's why I'm tagging this album a totally out of context album. I'm just gonna read something to you from Twitter. Like, a whole lot of persons was saying this thing. Like, just check this out. Now, upon Wizkid releasing the titles of various tracks, this nigga said, dedicated to his late mom, like trying to say, bro, I don't see anything looking like it's your mom. Now, this nigga underneath says, person when no sabi cook contextual album. In fact, most Nigerian artists except Burna can't cook albums. Them go just record songs anyhow, give them album name, drop them, LOL. Okay? Now, in as much as I didn't make this video to troll Wizkid, but I'm just gonna say this. A lot of Wizkid FCs, I mean the ones who want to argue intelligently, you might be saying, oh, the fact that he put pictures and whatever does not mean he's gonna get it. But bro, listen. If he had named the song Morayo, and then just left it and went to sing all them songs about girls, about party, about bending, about dancing, okay, fine, no problem. Wizkid went ahead to make the album cover the mom's face. Like, okay, so what did you do that for? Are you trying to get sympathy streams or what? There's no song. The only song closest to talking about the mom is Prayer. And he wasn't even talking about his mom's significance. He was just talking about mama's prayers. And whether your mom is dead or alive, you can talk about that, like, on some real shit. No disrespect to him, but this is just my take. And finally, in scoring this album, like, don't forget, I said out of 16 songs, the best, like, real good songs, they are just four or five or whatever. Anyways, I'm gonna score this album, like, I'll give it a solid 5.5 over 10 or a 6 over 10, like, at best, on some real shit, no cap. Like, if you agree with this or you don't agree with this, kindly please let me know on the comment section right down below, okay? Like, I feel like I've said enough, and with this, I'm gonna come to the end of this video. If you're new to my channel, kindly please subscribe. If you're not new and for some reason you're still not subscribed, kindly please go ahead and subscribe. With this, I'm gonna say peace. It's your boy Young Gotti, no kappa. Bye-bye.